We don't need to look any further than the menacing vessels, military vessels from the United States across the Caribbean Sea, including what is reputed to be the world's largest warship. These are we will continue, and I give you this assurance, to be an example of good governance in the Caribbean region. And this is so important. We will continue to champion democracy, human rights, and the rule of law internationally, Kerry, because we have seen how fragile countries can be and how easy it is to dissipate. Our voices in international fora will always stand on principle, whether it is speaking up for the sovereignty of small nations or calling for countries like Cuba to be protected and to be brought back into the international community by removing embargoes or calling out global inequities. If ever we needed a reminder of how unstable and how dangerous this world that we live in is, and how vulnerable our Caribbean region is, it is now with us, facing a multiplicity of threats. We don't need to look any further than the menacing vessels, military vessels from the United States across the Caribbean Sea, including what is reputed to be the world's largest warship. These are not times of pirates anymore. This is 2025, and we have cause to be duly concerned, because even as that is happening, one of the most dangerous hurricanes for the 2025 Atlantic season is bearing down on our brothers and sisters in the Northern Caribbean. Melissa. We are facing, my friends, an extremely dangerous and untenable situation in Southern Caribbean. And as a people with a tragic history of being subjected to centuries of big power, orchestrated genocide, terrorism, and warfare, and as a small state, we have invested tremendous time and energy and effort in establishing and maintaining our region as a zone of peace. Peace is critical to all that we do in this region. And now that peace is being threatened, we have to speak up. I want to thank the former prime ministers of the community, the very strong statement issued by them for the fundamental principle that was agreed upon on the formation of the Caribbean community by the Honorable Dr. Eric Williams. I want to thank them because without their statement, we are possibly going to have others think that those who now lead governments are speaking in vain without reflecting on the fact that this has been a core principle of the Caribbean community from its very inception. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Prime Ministers. I believe that the time has come for us, therefore, to be able to ensure that we do not accept that any entity has the right to engage in extrajudicial killings of persons that they suspect of being involved in criminal activities. As I said, we stand for the rule of law. And we believe that if there is other intelligence available that would cause you to take action that is an immediate threat to you as a nation, then you have a duty to share it with us. But on the face of it, conflating law enforcement with military action is a dangerous step, as Kerry Simmons advocated a few weeks ago. We equally do not accept that any nation in our region or the Greater Caribbean should be the subject of an imposition upon them of any unilateral expression of force and violence by any third party or nation. If there are conflicts and disputes that are in need of resolution, then the place that they need to be taken for such resolution is the United Nations organization. And the methodology that must be deployed for the resolution is one of negotiation and peaceful actions taken in order to ensure that we can settle disputes. Barbados has always been that place, and that is why we were the location for the opposition and government in Venezuela to sign the pact here a few years ago, because we are friends of all and satellites of none. And I say so comforted that this has been the position of every single government of the country since independence. The violent actions that this buildup has led to needs to be the subject of dialogue. And I have said before, almost every war in the world in history has been ended by dialogue. So let us have dialogue to stop the war rather than to prevent the war from starting rather than to stop it when it has started. And as far as the Northern Caribbean crisis is, on behalf of all of us, I extend our prayers to those who are fearing the worst with Hurricane Melissa. To the people of Jamaica, I have already reached out to Prime Minister Holness. We've already reached out to the President of the Presidential Council in Haiti, Monsieur Laurent Sancerre. To the people of the wider region that is likely to be affected in the Cayman Islands, in the Turks and Caicos, in the Dominican Republic, and of course, my sister in Cuba, who cannot take another hit like the people of Haiti or Jamaica. I ask you to join tomorrow as we go to our churches to ensure that we offer the prayers up for our brothers and sisters, because I can tell you, I was in Jamaica when Hurricane Gilbert hit, and it was a life-altering scenario for me. In order to make it light work, you know I've said it over and over. Demonstrate by your deeds, by how you treat your fellow man and woman, by the effort you put into work and all of these things. Let us do this and rekindle the spirit of community that saw us come through COVID successfully when we pulled together as one and when neighbors took care of each other as they did in before. I often reflect on the words of our national pledge. I pledge allegiance, let me hear you, to my country Barbados and to my flag, to uphold and defend their honor, and by my living to do credit to my nation wherever I go. By my living, by your living, let us do credit to our nation. And whether we are in a foreign land or whether we are here, let our character show and shine. Let people say, that is a proud Bajan. That means zero tolerance for corruption. We didn't tolerate it and we will not do it. It means standing up against powers that want to undermine and discriminate or provide injustice. Everybody must be treated fairly, even if it means sometimes I got to brace up some of ours to do so. Our music, our people, our stories, our cuisine, we are Bajan, and who else can defend it but us? And as we remember the trials and triumphs of our foreparents, let us draw strength from them. They had it harder than anything any of us have ever had to face. We have had abundance, times of plenty compared to them. And we need to make sure that we can stand on their shoulders, but we can build. Because without that, the story of Barbados' growth will come to an end at this point in time.
Thank you, Africa. Mama Africa, oh, yeah. You make Africa great. Thank you, freedom. Thank you, Africa.